Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with a beautiful tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to make this standing or pointy sleeve. So I'll illustrate with these clothes first. So this is the armhole of this dress. This is not the dress, but let me explain with this. So this is the armhole of this clothes. So you go ahead and measure where you want that sleeve to start from. If you notice, you will notice, if you check well, you will notice that that sleeve did not reach here. It will not reach the end part of the armhole. It stopped around this area. So I will measure from the shoulder. I will measure where I want that sleeve to stop at. So I want it to stop at 7 inches. So this is where it will start. It will start from here to the 7 inches at the back. Also it will go around up to the shoulder and down to the back part. So from the shoulder to where the sleeve will stop is 7 inches. So that will serve as a guide for us. So right now, this is our pattern paper. We are going to draft it on our pattern paper before transferring to the main fabric. So this is the pattern paper. I'll go ahead and fold this pattern. I have folded already. So this place that is on fold now here will serve as the center. So this place will serve as the center. I'll mark it. I'll just place a marker there. That is the center. So on this line, this is on fold, right? So on this line, you will measure, you will place that 7 inches. This is the center of the shoulder, and I'll place 7 inches. So this is where the sleeve will stop at the armhole. So around this area, I have measured 7 here. So from here, from the center, I'll measure the length of the sleeve. This is just the first pattern. I'll still cut another pattern. This is not the main one. So from here, I will come up by 5 inches, depending on how long you want this to be. You can make it 5 inches, you can make it 4 inches. Okay, right now let me just make it 4 inches at this stage. So from here, you will make a curve to meet that area where you marked 7 inches. So you make a curve like this. Oh, sorry for the rough drawing. So I'll go ahead and cut off this area. So this is the first shape you will have. This is the first shape that you have, but this is not how that sleeve will look. You use this one as a guide to draft the second pattern. So let me label this one first. Let me label this one the first one. So I'll go ahead and draft another pattern, and this one right now is the one that I will use to cut out the sleeve. First of all, make this rough one. Just make this one for now, then you use it to cut off the main pattern. So I am done. So right now I will fold this one so that it will go in more. I'll fold my pattern paper so that it will go in more. Then I will leave, like, from here I will come up by 4 inches. From here you will come up by 4 inches. So this 4 inches is where you place this one. Now come up by 4 inches first, then you place this one. Make sure that you have extra space up here. So after placing this one, you will go in by, when you come to this point, you will go in by 2.5. From this point, you will go in by 2.5. Then right now you will shift. You see how I'm holding it here? Hold it down here, hold it down here, and then turn it like this, so that this folded part, this straight line, will be facing that 2.5 that you marked. It will be facing this 2.5. This one should not shift from this point. Then right now you go ahead and trace out. So right now you go ahead and trace out the shape of the first pattern paper. You can see the first one. You go ahead and trace out the shape. You trace out this shape, and right now you will trace out this. You see how this one is facing here? So from that area, just continue drawing a triangle to up here. You can see where this one is facing. Just extend the triangle to this place. and then you continue tracing out the shape. You continue tracing out the shape down to the other part. So if I remove this, you can see how this one looks. I said you should place it here, then turn. You should place it here, then go in by 2.5, then turn it so that it will meet that point where you measure the 2.5, and then trace out here, and when you reach here, connect it down to this folded part again. So I'll cut out this one so that you will see the difference. So right now you can see, if I open this one is the first one. If I open it up, this is how it looks. If I open it, this is how this one looks. And if you open this one, you can see the shape are not the same. So here is the second one. You can call it the final one. You can see the shape is not the same. This one is straight here, but this one went up like this and down. Then you can see that here is more pointy also. So if you fix it on your arm, armhole, this place will be pointy. It will be facing up. You can see it is facing up already. Like if you place it on your armhole, it will be pointy and it will be facing up. But this one, if you place it on your armhole, it will just look straight. So let's assume that this is the armhole that you will join this sleeve to. So this is the first pattern, the first one that I cut. So if I place it on this sleeve, you can see that it is not facing up like that. It is not that pointy. You know, you go ahead and join it around here and here. You will see that it is just pointing straight, just like this. So you can see that it is just pointing straight. It is not facing up. It is not pointing up like that. But if I place this one is the second pattern, right? So if I place it, you will notice the difference. This is if I place it, you can see how pointy. If I place this one, you can see how pointy it is. It is very, very pointy. Sorry guys. So I'll go ahead and reduce this place. I'll go ahead and reduce this place small. You can see it is too pointy. I'll go ahead and reduce this curve a bit. So I want to test run this before cutting it on our main fabric. So I'll go ahead and reduce it just small. Then I'll place it. If you place it, you can see we have gotten what we wanted. It is facing up here. So after joining it to your armhole, it will face up, unlike the other one. The other one is pointy, but it is not facing up the way this one is facing up. So I'll go ahead and cut out this. So right now it is time to cut out our pattern. So this is the fabric that I'll be using. It is on fold already. So I have folded it already. So when you want to cut, this is the final one, right? This is our pattern paper. It is on fold. So you go ahead and place this folded area here, because you will not want it to have any joining around here. And you also need a bone for this. You also need a bone. So buy a Reggiline bone. You can see this one is not that strong. We have the ones that are too strong, but this one is not that strong. So you will need a bone. And right now you go ahead and cut out this way. You add half an inch depending on how long you want it to be. You add half an inch round here and down here. You add half an inch allowance. So I'll also use this fabric as the lining. Is that lining? So I have the main fabric and the lining. So you go ahead and add a hard gum to one of them. You are free to choose each of them as the lining. So I want to use this one as the lining. I'll go ahead and add a hard gum to this one. Add a hard gum to it, then I'll come back and show you guys. So I am done adding a hard gum to this one. As you all know, I don't like adding a hard gum to my doll face if I'm sewing. So after adding that hard gum, I will go ahead and sew this bone. I'll leave like half an inch from here. Then from here, I'll leave half an inch here and half an inch for turning it. Then I'll go ahead and add my bone. I know it will be hard, but keep bending it while sewing. Just go ahead and add your bone. You can add it up to here and cut if it is hard for you to bend. You can add it up here, and cut. Then cut another one and sew down to the other side. So I'll go ahead and sew this on my sewing machine, and then come back and show you guys. So I have added my bone round up here and down here. You can see it here. So right now I'll place my main fabric on this, and I'll use 1/2 inch to turn this place round. You can leave here because you're going to add it to your armhole. So I'll go ahead and turn this area, then iron this very well and show you guys. So after turning this area, I'll run a stitch here on top. So I am done. I have turned it and I have ironed it. So I ran a stitch here. So I'll place it on my mannequin, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. So this, if you place it at the armhole or on the armhole, this is what it will look like. So you go ahead and sew it around here. If you are doing an inseam finishing, you will add it before closing with your lining. Like, I'll go ahead and I'll pin it round with my pin, then I'll show you guys. So for now, I'm holding it down with a pin. You know, if you're sewing with your sewing machine, you will have to sew it from here, and then to look nice. So this is the finished look. I hope it is beautiful. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. So if you are doing an inseam finishing, you will have to join this before turning with your lining, before you turn it with your lining. So this is very beautiful and neat. Please add your bone. Your bone will give structure to this area so that it will not bend. Even if you wear it for 3 years, it will still be like that. So you can go ahead and add your embellishments around here, and that is it. That is it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.